Hello and welcome to Vietnam Today. I'm Hai Yến and now let's check out headlines for this hour. Vietnam wants to learn UK's experience in renewable energy development. Enjoy Đà Nẵng 2023 wow visitors. Hoàng Sa in the heart of overseas Vietnamese youth. Now, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Hồng Hà received United Kingdom Minister of State for Energy Security and Net Zero Graham Stewart in Hanoi on Monday. Deputy Prime Minister urged the UK share its measures for implementing rooftop solar policies, introduce businesses that have successfully invested in projects to develop renewable energy. He also welcomed the UK sharing of its experience in developing policies and criteria for selecting investors to ensure the best overall interest. For his part, Mr. Stewart informed his host on the process and the results of transforming energy sources from coal and fossil fuels to renewables in the UK since 2012. It is expected that all coal-fired power plants in the UK will cease operations in 2024. Meanwhile, the proportion of electricity generated from renewable energy has increased from 10% in 2010 to 40% of total electricity production in 2023, with further growth projected for the coming years. Now, Vietnam's total import-export turnover of goods hit $374.32 billion in the first 7 months of this year, with the country posting a trade surplus of some $15.23 billion.
The total import-export turnover of goods hit $374.23 billion in the first 7 months of this year, posting a year-on-year decrease of 13.9%. Specifically, export value fell by 10.6% and import value by 17.1%. In the period, there are 30 items with export turnover of over $1 billion, accounting for 91.6% of the total export turnover. Particularly, 5 items posted an export turnover of more than $10 billion, accounting for 57.6%. Vietnam attracted approximately $16.24 billion in foreign direct investment from the beginning of this year to July the 20th, up 4.5% year-on-year, according to the Foreign Investment Agency under the Ministry of Planning and Investment. In the period, there were 1,293 newly registered projects with a combined capital of $7.94 billion, up 75.5% in the number of projects and 38.6% in capital compared to the same period last year.
Tourism sector expect to soon reach yearly target. Enjoy Đà Nẵng 2023 wow visitors. The tourism sector expect to soon reach its yearly target, as the second half of the year is usually the peak time for international visitors.
Vietnam welcomed nearly 6.6 million international visitors in the first 7 months of this year, accounting for 83% of the year target, according to Vietnam National Authority of Tourism. Total revenues from tourism reached $17.6 billion. July alone saw over 1 million foreign arrivals, 6.5% higher than that of the previous month. South Korea remained the largest source market of Vietnam tourism in the first 7 months of this year, with 1.9 million arrivals, accounting for 1/3 of total international visitors to Vietnam. It was followed by China and the US.
A tourism promotion program called Enjoy Đà Nẵng 2023 kicked off last weekend at Biển Đông Park in the central city of Da Nang. The program aims to attract tourists to the city and bring interesting experiences for both local residents and visitors.
Bustling from afternoon to late at night, the Vietnam International Food Festival featured more than 50 stalls introducing special dishes from Vietnam's different regions, as well as Thailand, India, and Laos. The area with Vietnamese Central Region dishes, such as sizzling pancakes and rice paper, attracted a large number of visitors. One of the highlights of this year's festival was paragliding, introducing visitors to a unique sport and a new way of admiring Sơn Trà Peninsula and Da Nang Beach from above.
Within the framework of the Vietnam Summer Camp program, 120 young overseas Vietnamese had a chance to visit the Hoàng Sa Exhibition House in Da Nang City. Through historical evidence and vivid images, they have received more knowledge about their homeland sea and islands and the nation's sovereignty.
Although they already know a lot of information about the Hoàng Sa or Purcell archipelago, these young overseas Vietnamese are still strongly impressed by the stories told at the gallery visit.
When I learned that the soldiers were willing to sacrifice themselves for Vietnamese sovereignty, I was very touched and felt motivated to work hard for the country's development.
The Spratlys and Parasols have always belonged to Vietnam, and they are indisputable proofs. Although they are studying and living abroad, these young people always look to their homeland of Vietnam. And the memories and knowledge gained at the Hoàng Sa Exhibition House will help them contribute to the affirmation of sovereignty over the sea and islands of Vietnam.
And that's the end for today's bulletin. Thanks for your watching and goodbye for now.